and we are up to see a second game between Gunina and Melkumyan. So, well, Benko Gambit played, if I'm not mistaken. Well, I mean, the structure suggests, I don't know what was the move order, that Benko Gambit, so black sacrificed the pawn in order to get counterplay over the open files on queen side, so A and B files. Well, very nice opening for Blitz, particularly because, well, black has nothing to invent. I mean, black simply goes all the men to the queen side, and what's unusual for position with the pawn being sacrificed, that here black doesn't really mind exchanging, well, particularly, I mean, nearly all the pieces, like to leave rooks on the board will be enough for black to have enough counterplay, and usually even queens exchanges in black's favor. Well, I'm not quite sure about c5, c4 though, because might have been better to swap the bishops first, because now at least white got d3 square covered. So for instance, bishop e3, and if knight d3 and white captures, goes queen d2, and you can, well, it's not so easy to find a job for a bishop on a6, so it was really, well, at least deserved attention, I would say, to capture on f1 and only then to play c4, c5, c4. Nevertheless, it's, well, black has an easy game. So Trafford plan of bringing, I don't know, bring the queen somewhere. I'm not quite sure if it's d7 in this case. Usually it's a5 or b6, but this time it might be even d7. And then rook f2, yeah, queen a5, and rook f2 b8. So black is not playing knight d3 voluntarily, but waits for one more weakness from white, like f2 f4. If f2 f4 is played, then obviously knight will jump to d3, then rook f2 b8, and yeah, we can see, yeah, the clock is what's very important here. So it's less than, yeah, well, half a minute left for Gunina. Rook d1, yeah, well, if she's going to continue to play in such a relaxed manner, I'm not quite sure she's going to be able to hold this one. Knight d3. Now, it's not so important what you do, but you have to do it quickly. So bishop takes, pawn takes, queen d2 would be my reaction. Don't know if it's good though. Yeah, but yeah, bishop d2. Well, I mean, she's got to move. She's got to move. Queen d2. So f2 and b2 both are hanging. So therefore, yeah, she has to take on d3 and to play something. Queen b3. Well, after queen b3, black already can play rook b8, and black is out of danger, I would say. Black is out of danger, I would say. No, well, obviously that's much more practical not to exchange queens. But after knight b5, queen c2. How about queen c2? Nearly everything is hanging. Yeah, queens. So Melkumyan decides to take and to go queen c2, but I guess queen c2 at once would have been even trickier. Even though, even in this position, it's well, very... well, yeah, bishop c3 is a nice little move. Now, bishop takes c3, and if bc3, there is rook a2. And then after rook a2, queen d1. So that's the way to go for black, if it works. Because otherwise, yeah, queen d3 is threatening. So bishop c3, bc3, rook a2 is a decent way to continue. Even though I'm not quite sure if black is better in the final position, like bishop c3, bc3. That's what he's obviously what he's calculating. So bishop takes, pawn takes, rook a2. White has well, perhaps it's an intermediate after bishop takes c3. No, there can't be any. I said rook c1, but then queen b2 and b5 is targeted. So bishop c3 after some hesitation, and rook takes a2. Yes, rook takes, and queen takes d1. Well, not clear if white can... well, it's not easy, to attack this pawn on d3. Queen c4, rook b8, queen d4. This is what Gunina is planning, I believe. So now you cannot move the rook from b8. But there is f7, f6 for black, stopping, covering the long diagonal plus stopping possible e4, e5 ideas. Queen e3, and then queen e3 with a threat of rook d2, because now say rook b1, which is seemingly dangerous, but in fact there might be no threat. Yes, queen h6. Well, that one I didn't really consider, but well, it might be quite strong. In fact, it might be quite strong. Rook a1, rook d2. Now it's rook d2. Yeah, it could have been better to play rook b2, but yeah, check, and now there is, yeah, this one is bad for white. This one is bad for white because, well, nearly everything is good now. I guess check on f5 followed by, well, once again it's not so easy. Check on f5. White's gonna play g4 and then queen d5, so queen e7, there is queen f3. Yeah, but now we are getting to the getting to the stage when not the moves but the speed of moves will be more important. Well, that's a strange decision, I have to say. This and h5, something really strange happens. So, well, black has a very good pawn structure, of course. So king is not moving, but yeah, Gunina is rook d4, and she's gonna play rook g4. I'm not sure if white is better objectively. f5, and what to do? Rook e6, and then all of a sudden this h pawn might be dangerous. I'm not quite sure what's going on. h6, yeah, Gunina has no hesitation. Yeah, h7, rook h3, e4, f4, e5. Well, it's hard to say what's going on. Objectively, it still feels like being a draw, but takes rook h7 and rook e4, rook h4. Well, he's well, how about f2, king f1, rook h3, rook g4. It's a draw. Yeah, it's a draw. I don't know. I mean, they might be playing for a little bit further, but yeah, rook f2, king e2, and king e3. Yeah, rook e5, rook e6. So it's gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be gonna be a draw. So, well, at least Gunina managed to take half a point.